Okay, so announcements. I'll start. We have one which was that I made contact with the Voice of San Diego today while attending a Century 3 San Diego breakfast on the subject of housing issues in San Diego, with three of the new council members talking there. After I touched base with Lisa and from Voice of San Diego. I'll probably butcher her last name, Halverstadt, I believe.
Right.
And she said the one to get in touch with is Andrew Keats, because he's working on sort of development issues, and he focuses more on that. And he would have been at the meeting this morning, except he had another appointment, so she was sort of filling in for him. So I fired off this note to Jim, just letting him know about the contact I had and to follow up with Andrew and see if he was interested. The email we got back was that he'd be happy to talk with us about the issues. It says he's working on a story now about development proposals along the new trolley line, so it would be a great time. So we just want to share with everybody that, you know, Jim has a pretty good handle on what's going on there at the Claremont station, and Claremont is starting to work with Tecolote station. The Balboa station also would be included in this. I imagine Andrew's article is going to go all the way up throughout the 9 trolley stops, but here at our coastal communities, we ought to bring forward everybody that wants to get involved and help put together a good story, and maybe expose some of the issues, the different sides, the people that want high density, the people that don't want high density, traffic concerns, for all these stations. So anybody can, you know, let us know, let me know, and we can bring up a particular subject and try to pull this together for a good story. Jim, what would you want to add to this?
Well, that last week we had a meeting. It was actually earlier this week. Sandag made a presentation to the Claremont Planning Group, and so there was they had probably 4 to 6 representatives. So they are in the process of reaching out to every one of the trolley stop stations and trying to get feedback from people about what type of amenities they would like to see, whether they're electric scooters or bicycles, or, you know, what type of pavement, sheltering, etc. So Claremont Planning Group was the first of the meetings for the 9 trolley stops. So they are doing their part in reaching out. There are a lot more serious issues on how do we really get people to take the trolley. And it's got to be people want, you've got to get to the point where the ridership is a willing ridership, not just the theory of putting a trolley in and people will come, build it and they will come. We need to speak out and really help Sandag in their efforts to solicit us to ride the trolley.
Yeah,
let's get real about
and
this.
we talked about this a little last week, because I remember somebody, or no, it seems like somebody was telling me about in New York, you know, that you wait 5 minutes and the next trolley comes. Was that during our meeting last week?
Yeah. Yes, it was. It was Sharon, I believe.
Yeah, so we don't want to rehash something that people might have listened to last week. The big point here, though, I think, is supporting information to the Voice of San Diego so they can put together a good article presenting all sides. I think they do a fairly good job of doing that, although others might disagree, but I think so. And then we can publicize their article as well as other information that we put up here on our Facebook page.
Sounds good.
One other thing I'll mention real quick, though, on the Mid-Coast Mobility Hub site is a survey that you can take. I really like the survey software. It looks real friendly. There's helpful information throughout, and you can skip through and you select your top priorities. There's instructions and menus, I'd say it's a 5 or 10 minute survey. So you can see the link up here at the top, Mid-Coast Mobility Hubs, and there's a link on the Facebook page for that. Anything else before we end this topic, Jim?
No, that should be good, Ed.